Hi, welcome to Code Rodent channel. This channel is all about game development. I'm Juan Carlos Talamisan speaking, one of the co-founder of Code Rodent brand based in the Philippines and the main developer of the team. By the way, this video is the first one and I'm gonna show to you what we are doing currently. Now, for your information, Code Rodent is the second brand we founded, and this is dedicated for creating commercial secular games, while our first brand, which is Code Lagomorph, dedicated for non-commercial Christian themed games that we have decided to postpone for a while, and we have to seek financial backup in making games. So basically, we built the second brand for creating commercial games to raise income. So it will support our game development passion projects, which are the Christian themed games. So now, just currently past June to 2022, we received bad news that we didn't pass the qualification to proceed to the finals of the game development grant held by the Cultural Center of the Philippines in the category that we have joined in. So we missed the opportunity to present our pitch deck in front of the juries. So in short, our pitch deck got rejected before it will be presented in front of them. It's our bad since it's our first time in preparing a pitch deck, and we didn't know before time that their preference of pitch deck that has to be submitted must be written all the information in fully detailed or can stand alone. We thought it's okay to speak to them the information in front of them so the pitch deck will not be overwhelming to look at if we write the full information there. But anyway, we still gonna develop the game that we proposed in the pitch deck even without getting initial financial support from them. And actually, the proposed game is in the development process now. So the game we propose is a fiction game we based on Philippine folklore, since the theme of the CCP game development grant was to promote Philippine culture. So right here. Now, I'm just gonna show you the part in our pitch deck that talks about the proposed game. So, the game title we came up is Tahas, and it is a term mostly popular in the Philippines in Visayas region, and it is referring to Shaman's Test. Again, this is just a fiction game. And the game genre is a 2D top-down, turn-based RPG strategy roguelike based on Philippine folklore, having a card duel battle system. And the target platform is Android mobile device. And we did already thought about porting it in the future from other gaming platforms such as in iOS, Mac, Windows, Nintendo Switch, etc. And the business model, we decided to make it a premium, having an estimated price of $7. But according to the assessment of the jury, one thing why we did not pass is because our price for the game is too high, or should I say too ambitious. Well, in our case, we don't want to downgrade it too far, and how we came up for a $7 price is we simply closely match the price of the game of our direct competitor in the same platform, which is in Android mobile, but we just lower it a bit so it could be more affordable. So here is our direct competitor, Slay the Spire, made by Megacrit Games. So their price in Android mobile is 480 pesos, which is equivalent to $9.07, and their game is a deck building roguelike, and they have already 100k downloads since they released it in January 2 of 2021. Well, we stated here also that our game has a fresh gameplay mechanic, and what we actually mean about that is that there is a part in the game which is in the battle system that we have created a new card duel mechanic. It means we had the originator of it, none other, and it's just a simple mechanic. There's nothing fancy about it, but it is unique, so it's a fresh gameplay mechanic. And we envision our game could be a new flavor to be added to Roguelike Fanatics playlist. And I will show you that gameplay mechanic I'm talking about here in the battle system mockup. Let's watch. First thing happens in the battle is the card shuffle. Next is the placing down of the first target card. If the value of the target card is less than 7, then the player will take the first 7 cards draw. Followed next 7 cards draw by the opponent, and after that a draw phase will take place first for the player before starting to match the target card with any card in his hand. Take note, vice versa will happen if the value of the first target card in the ground is equal or greater than 7 and the maximum card quantity in each dueler's hand is 7. If a dueler is taking a draw phase and has more than 6 cards in his hand, he must discard excess cards in his hand before drawing 1 card in the stockpile of cards in the ground. After the draw phase is the match phase, in which a dueler who has the turn to match the target card in the ground by any play of cards in his hand matching the right side digit value of the target card with the same right side digit value of the sum of the dueler's matching cards. Placing down matching cards is limited either 2 or 3 only, and the duelers must finish his match phase turn by picking the next one target card from his place down matching cards, and the unchosen will be dumped, then proceed to the opposing dueler's turn. To win the Soul Gamble, the first one that has no cards left in his hand before the stockpile of cards in the ground runs out wins. If both parties still have cards in his hand and the stockpile of cards in the ground runs out, they should sum all the value of their cards in their hand, and the one who has the smallest sum value will be the winner of the battle. If both parties has the same sum value of their cards in their hand, it will be a tie, and the opponent will rematch the player until someone will be a winner. For information, the Soul Gamble cards are 53 in all. It has 4 copies of 1 to 13 value digit card and 1 unknown digit card. If in the beginning of the battle the first target card is an unknown card, then the unknown card will be dumped directly and the next target card will be drawn again from the stockpile of cards in the ground. If in a draw phase turn of a duel is drawn and the unknown card, then he had the chance to use the advantage to set the unknown card value digit by his own preference digit value during of his match phase. Reminder, an unknown card that is used as one of the matching cards cannot be assigned as a target card. In the actual game, there will be user interface added in the screen during the battle, and additional twist to turn the battle more fun and challenging to play by adding contracts feature. There will be 3 available contracts in the game. One is Role Remake contract, number 2 is Battle Bypass contract, and number 3 is Soul Spare contract. Role Remake contract, a contract that enables the holder to remake the battle role according to the role written in the contract. The original holder are elite opponents that a player can obtain also after winning a duel with the elite opponent. He may be able to get it if he can draw the unknown card in the reward draw, and supposedly the player can only hold 3 Role Remake contract. Battle Bypass contract. A player can obtain this contract after winning a duel with any kind of opponent. He may be able to get it if he can draw a card with a 1-digit value in the reward draw. This contract can be used to neglect the opponent's demand to duel during the beginning of the battle mode, and supposedly the player can only hold 3 Battle Bypass contract. Soul Spare contract. A player can obtain this contract after winning a duel with any kind of opponent. He may be able to get it if he can draw a card with a 13-digit value in the reward draw. This contract can be used to neglect the opponent's demand of getting the player's souls during the end of the battle when he lost. Originally, the player will have 3 Soul Spare contract given when he enters to the enchanted place, and supposedly the player can only hold 3 Soul Spare contract. If a dweller had no matching cards during his match phase turn, the only option is to pass that turn to the opposing dweller. Eventually, um, eventually this might change or improve along the process of the development of the game. And I'm gonna go here in the scope of the project, since according to the jury's assessment also, they said it is not achievable. 6 months is not enough for completing the proposed game. Well, I could say that's a fair impression from them, because we envision also 6 months for completing the proposed game is a bit tight, and we expected the extreme pressure if we gonna follow that proposed timeline. Yet it is achievable, but on the other hand, it's just risky. Production timeline, since we are still newbies. But anyway, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna revise it, and the revised timeline is the one that we will gonna follow officially for creating the proposed game. To give it a higher chance in meeting the official release deadline, we gonna extend the production timeline more than 6 months.